So we have here is a very, what I believe is a very old section of the old State Route 79. And for those who don't know what that is, State Route 79 was the precursor to the 89A that goes from Flagstaff to Sedona. This is one of the older sections, I believe. And so over here, you could say this might be a drainage ditch constructed by the engineers who built the 89A to redirect water down. But I found some more stuff that points to that this is actually an old section of the 79. Continue down here. There are remnants of the old road. Not that visible remnants, but here's one. This here is a bit of asphalt from the old road. And you might be wondering why it's red. Now, some of the old roads in the area were made of red asphalt because that's what they had. And they actually took the red asphalt. They took the red stuff from the mountains, from the cinder hills. In fact, there's an old section of Route 66 near Winona that has a section of Route 66 that's made with red concrete. And it's all scattered around here. I also have another sign here. We have a drill hole in this rock. Presuming that the engineers drilled the rock out to blast it away. And we do have visible walls on each side, which also further points to this being a part of the old road. And the piece of history, this object I found over here, is what really confirms this to be a part of the old road. This one here is a survey disc, and it's a very old one too. In fact, the oldest one I found so far, I believe. This one was placed back in 1907. That's when this road was being built, I believe. At an elevation of 6,419 feet. It's a very old disc. It's actually starting to crack a bit. It does not show up on NOAA's maps either. It's too old for that, I guess. And there was more road farther down the curvy section of the 89A. I actually have explored it. There'll be a future video on that eventually. Look back. It looks like a channel. So I believe there was definitely a high chance this was a part of the old road. Sadly, it becomes a bit more faded around here because there's erosion and stuff like that. Presumably, I believe it went down there and curved around, but of course you can't see anymore because the new 89 is on top of it. Of course, we have some old barbed wire in a tree, which means it's probably quite old, considering this old tree is slowly starting to eat it. Probably old maybe fence line. I'm not sure. Maybe do that. You definitely see here that these rocks, there's no reason why these rocks would be stacked like this in nature. Someone clearly came here and built this. And I have actually traveled down an old section of the old road farther down the hill, down the mountain. Sadly, I didn't take a video of it. But I'll do that again later. There's not much here of remnants or anything. Not many soda cans or even beer bottles that you would expect to find in the area. But sadly not. You can see over there, there's actually a small trail just past the no parking sign. That'll be a plan for next time. Also, here's probably the remnants of the old fence line. You can see it's probably pretty old. For the tree has grown completely around it, or mostly around it. It cut off here for some reason. But it's still here, embedded in the trees, of course, where they couldn't remove it. This one's actually straight through the middle of this log. There's actually a radio tower up here. But this stuff is way too old to be part of that installation. Oh, look, we actually got a tire over here. Fence line. I don't know the naming schemes of tiles, sadly, so I actually have no clue when this was made. Smaller one by a company called Stalwart. Nylon C. I don't know what that means, of course. I ended up following this old road for a bit, which I thought was part of the 74, but due to the fact that it's leaning upwards and not down, and the fact that there's no red asphalt on the ground, makes me believe it was an old maintenance road for something. It doesn't go anywhere. It just ends up there. There's 2 campfires though, old campfire rings, but that's not what I want to show you. I want to show you this really nice view of the 89A and Oak Creek below. Now, of course, this fence here was probably put in when they built the 89A, so this, of course, is a newer fence. But it definitely gives you a really nice view of the valley below. It's quite pretty, I'd say, too. And sadly, you can't see it from here, but near that curve area, there's some more section of the old road. It kind of just follows down there, and it ends over there. At least what I can see with the human eye, of course. Well, back to this road over here. This road doesn't seem to go. It doesn't go anywhere. It just goes up there and stops. It does connect, or would have connected, down there to the old 74. And of course, none of these roads show up on any maps, or at least modern maps of the nature. In fact, the 74, I think the 74 was turned into they started building the 89A back in 55 or around that time. Maybe it was even 40. So these roads are in fact very old. It's still cool to see them.